Hello everyone, I'm Ricky LaVaughn, author of the book Foundation of the Fire. In this video I'll be reading the first chapter from that book, which is entitled The Introduction. Although it is called The Introduction, it is set the same way as all the chapters and lessons in this book. Now this is part 2 of the Introduction lesson video studies. The first one actually pertains to the main section, but in this video we will be making sure to cover over the study questions. So please make sure to have a paper or something to write your answers, and also to be able to pause the video after each question so it give you time to be able to research the answer and of course answering the question itself. Thank you so much and enjoy. This is Foundation of the Fire. This is the second part to that particular lesson of the introduction lesson, and in this one we'll be going over the study guide as well as the activities. Question 1. What element are we using to compare God? That's actually found within the book Foundation of the Fire. Question 2. Why is there a wait before the Lord returns? That's found in 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 and in the book Foundation of the Fire. Question 3 is more of like a list. All people must come as they are to the Lord. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28 refers to bringing your burdens to the Lord. So in this case, list 3 burdens or problems that you want God to remove. Question 4. Now that you have the 3, talking about the burdens or the problems, describe how each one affects your relationship with God and people. For example, you could put like part A, and you put in there that whatever your first burden was, you can say how does this relate back to with God, and then the next thing would be how does this relate back to with the people. And you do that for all 3. Question 5. The second part of Jesus' lesson is to listen to his words. Read Deuteronomy chapter 8 verses 1 through 3 and explain the importance of God's word. Question 6. How is faith and works connected? It's found in James chapter 1 verses 18 through 26. Question 7. Name one thing you can do to change the behavior and or attitude towards each of the 3 problems that you've written down from question 3. Remember that each of them can range from counseling to having a friend or family member give you help. Question 8. Christ uses a parable to compare 2 people who are building a relationship with him. Describe this parable. This is found in Luke chapter 6 verses 48 through 49, as well as in the book Foundation of the Fire. Question 9. Hebrews chapter 12 talk about the separation when someone will follow God and others will not. What will make all the difference? This is found in the book Foundation of the Fire. And now for some personal study questions. Question 1. In what ways have God set up a foundation in your life? Review your family, schooling, work, friends, or other areas to see how the Lord has used them to help you in your life. And for the second personal study question, Hebrews chapter 12 talked about separating people who choose God and those who do not. In our society, what ways can you see this separation evolve? And now for the activity. Get 2 pieces of paper, some dust and sand, a medium-sized rock, and a flat surface. Now for this you might want to actually do this outside, and as we get through the activity you'll understand why, but it's completely up to you. Now take the 2 pieces of paper and write on both, my relationship with God is founded on, and put ... So that's my relationship with God is founded on, and put the ... on both paper, both sheets. Then the next step you can do is get that dust and the sand that you was asked of. Put some of that on one of the sheets. Then take that medium-sized rock and then put it on the other sheet. Now, as hard as you can, blow on both the sand and as well as the rock. Don't blow until you pass out. Just blow hard enough to see the results of both. Now, which one was able to move? I'm talking about the substance on as well as the paper. And which material is everywhere? Now, the next thing is somewhere else, write on there how your breath represents trials and problems that will come. The only question is, where do you want your foundation? In which case do you feel peace and security? And that was that particular lesson. I want to thank you so much for that. If you would like to read more, of course, you can definitely get a copy of the book yourself. It's available in paperback and also in Kindle versions. Now, I would like to also say, in the paperback form, many of the answers does, of course, relate back to Foundation of the Fire, and it will tell you particularly which page it is located. Now, because of Kindle can be vastly different depending upon the font size, it doesn't tell you there, but it is in the order of the question. So the answers is kind of in the order as you would read it. But of course, it's simply up to you, whichever one you feel comfortable with, whichever one you really would like to be able to study from. This lesson, this book, is great for individuals as well as group. So definitely enjoy many of the activities. Each and every single one of these lessons actually have their own, from ranging at looking at videos to even possibly doing something like, well, rock and paper and dust and sand and stuff. Alright, thank you so much. You be blessed, and I hope you really enjoy. Thank you, and have a great day.